Greeting, emperors and empresses. Let's talk about Emp.Money and Seigniorage. Seigniorage, typically in the crypto space, is referred to as an algo project or an algorithmically pegged project. So let's go to the wiki page and read exactly how that's defined here. Seigniorage. It's the difference between the value of money and the cost to produce it and distribute it. There's two terms here. The most relevant to crypto here is the second one. Seigniorage, derived from notes, is more indirect. It is a difference between interest earned on securities acquired in exchange for banknotes and the cost of producing those notes. So seigniorage can be a convenient source of revenue for a government by providing the government with increased purchasing power at the expense of the public purchasing power. It imposes what is metaphorically known as inflation tax on the public. So what does that mean to us? It's actually pretty simple. What's going on when the government spends money and puts it into circulation is actually a compounding effect that you might not see because it's right in front of your face. When the government spends the taxpayers' money, what ends up actually happening is it gets spent on the maintenance and building of infrastructure. Now, infrastructure is a very big term or broad term and means everything from roads and utilities to R&D to the maintenance of actually the money system itself. But what does that actually mean to us as people who live in countries where you have governments and where this process takes place? Is that you don't feel the effects of compounding directly. You actually feel the opposite, and it was mentioned in the definition. You actually feel the reverse end of it, inflation. And why does that take place? Because most infrastructure costs in countries are gigantic to build, to maintain, and by the time the money is spent through the system, the benefit is it's no longer there, and the opposite actually takes place. So what does this mean to us as crypto investors and crypto, and why, if you would mention an algo project to somebody that is not familiar with crypto, why would they say it's a scam? Because people aren't aware of the actual effect of compounding in the real world, because it's right in front of our face, and those are things that tend to be the most obvious to miss. But that process of putting the money into circulation actually creates, a material indirect, benefit to us through the use of roads and communications, medicine, and various other things. But why do algo projects and compounding work so well in crypto? Well, it's relatively easy to understand if you look at it. Just kind of scratched on the surface, it'll become readily available to you. Well, when a project is created on Ethereum or any other network that's EVM capable, and there's not a whole lot of upfront cost to write the code, put the contract into the wild, and build. You don't have to build massive infrastructure or maintain this massive infrastructure once this contract is built, because the network is already built by everybody that's participated in these gigantic ecosystems like Ethereum or Avalanche or Phantom. So those costs aren't being attributed to you. They don't cost you really anything, and we can see that to some degree with transactional cost. But I'm getting a little bit off topic here. So why does compounding work so well in crypto? Well, because this infrastructure doesn't cost anything to build these contracts and to put them out there. So when you are a participant in this system, all the effects of compounding reward you as a participant, and then the earlier you are in that system, the bigger the effect you are going to see. Now, as typically as that ecosystem grows, dilution happens, and you will see less and less positive impact towards your wallet. But the good thing is that you can be there early and reap a lot of these benefits. And so a side effect of, like I said, of everyone that participates in the system, a really huge benefit that governments aren't actually able to take part in is that if the Treasury itself is a participant in a crypto ecosystem like Emp.Money, the Treasury can grow and it can be a beneficiary of that compounding effect. So instead of inflation happening and weakening the coin itself, the Treasury is able to benefit from the compounding nature of... That's just my kitty in the background. The Treasury itself is able to see a compounding effect and grow the Treasury. And if the Treasury itself or the team needs to build more infrastructure, they can, because the Treasury has grown, because it's a participant. It's not going to pass on any inflationary cost to you, because no inflation has actually taken place in the process of the development of the ecosystem. So I'm getting a little bit off track there. Hopefully that is somewhat helpful. I'm going to do a video on EMP Money versus Tomb Finance and why Tomb was incredibly successful and why EMP.Money can be successful. So stick with me here. I'm still stumbling a little bit over my words, but hopefully the concept is slightly... It's somewhat easier to understand now that I've talked about it a little bit. And if not, please just leave something in the comments or let me know what I can fix, and I'll be happy to try to do better the next time. So this is Bull Gates over at Cat Chat. I'm Bull Gates over in the emp.money Telegram. So if you have questions over there, I'd be happy to answer them there or here. Just so please leave something in the comment, like, subscribe, help me build the channel so that I can help you, make some friends on emp.money and do, hopefully do well. Not financial advice. I'm not going to ever tell you, what you should do or shouldn't do with your money. You have to make those decisions. I just want to give you the best tools possible. So wherever you're at, have a good day or a good night, and be good to people.